So this morning I woke up. My roommate was playing TV and it was pretty loud through the wall. I've tried to report him multiple times and it hasn't really gotten me anywhere, so I decided not to try to talk to him or yell through the wall this time. But I was panicking while I was trying to figure out what to do because the noise was making me feel jumpy and putting me into like a fight or flight response. So eventually, when I calmed down more, I came up with a solution. Kind of the only one I could think of that was like non-hostile and fun. And just decided, because he's not respecting the noise levels I need, that I'm just going to sing as loud as I want during the day, as long as no one else is in the house, because there's other roommates. And so that's what I started doing. I sang pretty loud for about an hour, even though it was the morning and it's not particularly what I wanted to do. I do remember growing up all the times that I couldn't sing because of fear that my brothers didn't want to hear it or my dad didn't want to hear it, and I'd have to get up the courage to do it anyway, even though they would make fun of me over my voice cracking or whatever. So it took a minute for me to gain the courage to start singing, and I kept opening my mouth and trying, and I couldn't. But I started singing softly, and then I was able to increase the volume and get the gunk out of my throat as I was singing. It was fun to sing again. It always makes me feel better. So, I guess I don't care if I get kicked out. I'm just going to sing because I'm not going to let someone be disrespectful towards me. And that I haven't been singing for about a month, trying to be respectful to him. And then having to tell him over and over to turn the volume down is just, no. You're not going to be respectful towards me. I don't give a shit if you want to hear me sing or not. So that's how that's going. Something I've been thinking about songs, but I've also thought since I was young, is a lot of songs just relay the helpless moment after a breakup or in a situation, or a weak moment where you give in to temptation. That's not always a bad thing, but it's bad if it's something that makes you feel bad afterwards, right? So I think songs need to more so relay the moment where you're past the helplessness or hopelessness of the situation. There's a lot of country music songs I really love from the 80s, but I can't get too into them because I'm why are we talking about helplessness and depression? Not that it never needs to be talked about, but as far as music, can't we send a hopeful, empowering message more often than we do? And the side of the veil before the hope occurs has been represented enough that I believe the side where you come to a place of empowerment needs to be represented a lot more, because it's difficult to find songs that bring you up and uplift you, isn't it? I find it very difficult. And I think songs that genuinely talk about grief are really important. That needs to be said, but there's always this hungering for me on the other end of listening to a song about grief, even one that I write. But my songs always have a bit of a hope to them. Not the ones I wrote as a teenager, but we just need more roots to happiness, because I think part of where we get stuck is that there's not many roots to happiness in the culture. And if you're left to create your own happiness, which we all have the ability to do, well, you can do that. But isn't it going to be a little easier and take less time if there's things in the culture supporting your hopeful or thriving or empowerment in a bad situation versus just expressing how bad the situation is? Okay, just a thought.